To the previews for the games that are coming up in the midweek. We'll start with you, Sean. Yeah, you've got Kelty Hearts away to Dundee United.
Yeah, a big day for Kelty. They make that trip to Tannadice in the Betfred Cup again. Frustrating, obviously, the circumstances that it's under, because it would have been good to take, to be honest, some Lowland League fans along to watch the Lowland League side in a match against, away at a Premiership side. Dundee United, I don't know if he's got the results over the weekend, but they had a bit of a shock result of their own, getting beat off of Peterhead. Not the best result for Kelty, to be honest, because I think Dundee United are going to come out with something to prove, but it's going to be a free hit for Kelty, to be honest. It's a big occasion for them. Nobody's expecting them to take anything away. The game against St Johnstone, they obviously lost that one, but it was 2-1, and St Johnstone went away and dismantled Brecon City. So, do you know what? I think they made a good account of themselves, and I think they'll be looking to do the same against Dundee United on Tuesday night. You've got to obviously back Dundee United for it as the SPFL side, but I don't think we're going to see a result like we saw at the weekend between St Johnstone and Brecon. I think Kelty are going to hold their own.
Side note, has been a wee bit of an eye-opener, Brecon's results in the Betfred compared to Broad and Kelty's, but I'm just pointing that out.
Very subtle, Mazza. Dundee United, I think you're right, but the only thing I think you'd say about them is that they can be quite hot and cold in the SPFL, so who knows? They've been pumped off Kilmarnock, but they've had some good results elsewhere, so who knows what will happen with Dundee United. Maybe you had a good account of yourself against St Johnstone, might be able to sneak something or keep it at least keep it respectable. I would think would be doable.
I think that's got to be the aim, and I think it's just got to be, it's an experience for the boys. I say it's an experience for the boys, but a lot of them have played up at that level already. But to be representing a team for the Lowland League, I think it's a good opportunity for them, and it's a good advert for the pyramid as well, and what we're trying to do for Scottish football. I say we, it's the pyramid, what they're trying to do for Scottish football. It's a good advert for that.
No, I think Sean's pretty much summed it up there, other than my wee cheeky comment.
The next game I've got is Civil Service Strollers. They are at home, Youth Mob BSC.
I'll take that. I'll take offence to that being called a mob. So we had the chat with Swifty on stream after the game, and he said that he considers Strollers one of the hardest away days in the league, and I think he's right. It'll be really interesting to play them this early on in the season and see how things play out. They've obviously had a narrow loss there to get started, whereas we've managed to grind the result out. So could go either way. Obviously, we want to win, and if I've got any designs on winning the title or challenging for it at the very least, this is the kind of game you need to win. And that kind of run, Strollers will take points off any side in this league. They're very capable, but I actually think it could be a pretty good game to watch. And if anyone wants to keep an eye on it, Strollers themselves are doing a free live stream of the game as well. So you can check their social medias or Twitter and so on for information on that. But I'm looking forward to that one.
I think you're going to go for some self-promotion there, Moses, telling us about your own live stream. But yeah, if Civil are doing it, that's cool. Sean?
Yeah, I think Civil, it's quite admirable because they run on a low budget and their pitches, it's not the best, but they use it to their advantage, to be honest. And because of that and the way that they play it, it's always a difficult place to go. BSC, I think they're going to have to bring their A game to take someone away from here because, I don't think it's not that their opening fixture was an easy game because it wasn't by any stretch, but I think they're really going to have to gel as a team, and those new boys are really going to have to contribute for them to come away with something here. Prediction-wise, it's pretty even for me, to be honest, at the moment, purely because if the game was at Alloa, I think BSC would be favourites, but the fact that they're playing at Christgate Park, I think Civil Service could be in with a shout here.
Sean mentioned also the new boys, Moza. News on Andy Monk. I know he's seen off and off an injury in midway through your second half.
He'll probably be a few weeks. It's kind of your classic hamstring pull. I don't think he's torn it for what we've been told, so that's the good news. but it's going to be 3 to 4 weeks, I'd imagine, which is a shame because he was really impressive, really bright when he came on. So hopefully he gets back sooner rather than later, because I have a funny feeling that he'll be pushing to be a starter in our squad.
Yeah, certainly. I was just watched the game and he looked like he had some good flashes in that second half. But I think when he did get injured, you could see straight away that he was done. He wasn't. There was no recourse for that one. So hopefully he's back. Because I've seen him play a few times for Kohl reserves, and he always looked a great wee player. And I thought it was a great pickup for BSC.
It's one of the few signs we've made that's kind of gone under the radar, I think. Even for people that follow us, not just other teams in the league. I was very, very impressed with him, and I hadn't actually seen any of his game before the weekend. So fingers crossed that we get him back out in the pitch sooner rather than later.
All right, next game is Bonnyrigg Rose versus Cali Braves. We get the first chance to see Cali Braves play, Sean.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one as well, because Cali Braves are that friendly against Stirling where they didn't put any goals past them was a wee bit of a shock, to be honest, because they've possibly got one of the best strike forces in the Lowland League, especially with the addition of Jack Smith. Bonnyrigg Rose, so they're probably definitely at New Dundas Park. They're going to test Cali Braves, and for this one, for myself, I just can't see anybody going to New Dundas Park yet and taking points with Bonnyrigg. I think they should be able to win, but it's not going to be as comfortable as it was for them last weekend. They're going to have to work pretty hard to get the points, but I think they've got enough to do it, and I think they'll win by a couple of goals, I reckon.
Next game on the fixture list is Cumbernauld Colts versus University of Salon.
This one, I am going to change what I would have said before the weekend's games. I think previously I'd fancied Colts. I really fancy University of Stirling after the way things have played out. The thing that's holding Uni back is putting the ball in the back of the net. I feel like we've said that before in previous years on here, but I just feel like they've got a cracking team this year put together. Chris seems very, very excited about the bunch of boys he's got, and Colts maybe a wee bit of a slow start. They could bounce back easy enough, but yeah, I'm gonna put my neck out there, and I quite fancy Stirling Uni to do something there.
Yeah, I've seen for what I've seen for both sides so far, I sort of expect Cumbernauld Colts to lose this one, so I'm going to go for a Cumbernauld Colts win, because you seem to do the exact opposite to what I'm expecting every time. Yeah, University of Stirling, there are a lot of folk talking about them now, so you'd expect them to win, but on that basis, I'm backing Cumbernauld Colts.
Next game is Derby Star versus Galliford Rovers. Both teams come off defeats on Saturday, was it?
Yeah, I was impressed with Star. Defensively, they were really well organised. They all knew their roles. They left very little space, and they only get rocked just by the nature of the goal in the second half so early on. It's a really tough one to call, because I don't know if Gallo bounced back after that heavy defeat. Clearly, they had good moments as well, even though they get beat 4-0. Nellerdale's usually a tough place to go to as well. I think I'll sit on the fence in that one and maybe predict a draw, but it wouldn't surprise me to see Derby take 3 points for that one. It's a really tight contest, I think, that.
Yeah, I'm backing Star for that one as well. I need to see someone for Gala before I can sort of see their backing, and I don't think they had one of the strongest pre-seasons. They were quite quiet, and for the roundup that we saw for yourself at that Bonnyrigg game, it does seem like they had a few chances, but they'll beat I'm backing them to win that one at home.
All right, next one is Moses hotly tipped for the champions at East Kilbride. They're playing at home to Gretna 2008.
Fancy Kilby to win that one. Gretna, it's a long journey for them, and they've not been the best away from home over the last few years. Kilby, this is a game they can't afford to draw points in, as simple as that, if they've got designs on being the title winners. So maybe an arrow win, but I'm going to go for Kilby to win it.
All right, next game is Edinburgh Uni versus East Stirlingshire, Sean.
Yeah, Edinburgh Uni, I think, are a side that they're really well put together, and they can have spells where they do really well, but I think they're getting to the point where as the league keeps getting stronger, they're starting getting out their depth a little bit, and Shire are a strong team. I think Shire are going to dominate in this one, and unless Edinburgh Uni can start finding a bit of form as far as their goal scoring goes, I think it's going to be a tough season for Edinburgh Uni. Got a chance against some of the sides sort of towards the bottom of the table, but I think when they play the big boys, last season certainly they seem to struggle a bit, and I think it'll be the same in this one, especially for a Shire side that quite used to winning by healthy margins, only getting that 1-0 win. They're probably going to want to come and score a few goals in this one. Edinburgh Uni, I saw them make that very difficult for Kelty, but I think Shire should still win this one.
All right, the final game of the week is Spartans versus Berwick Rangers. That'll be the hottest ticket in town with Chris and commentary.
I think that's probably the game of the slate as well. I haven't got a clue. I'll be honest with this one. Like, it genuinely wouldn't be a surprise to see either team win it or maybe a score draw or whatever. I'll sit on the fence because I can't predict either way. Both teams look pretty decent. Both teams look better than they were at the end of last season. Aye, who knows? I'll sit on the fence and say a draw.
I think Spartans should win this one, with it being at Ainsley Park. But yeah, we'll see if the dream team can produce. I suppose this would be the time to do it.
The dream team, I love that. From Berwick, it's just kneeling your colours to the mast and putting your head above the parapet and calling yourselves the dream team. Anyway, that's the roundup for the matches. Bowness and Vale League, them both don't play. Presumably one of them was meant to be playing Kelty in the league, and the other one obviously because there's 15 teams in the league, so there's always one team that misses out. So we'll hopefully hear more from Bowness and Vale League in the following week when they are back in the fixtures.